What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, RedemptionAgency.com. 22 years selling full-time on eBay. And I got a question for you guys. Have you noticed on days you get negative feedback, your sales increase that day? Or is it just me? It's not the first time, not the second, not the third. I mean, I notice it quite often that on days I get negative feedback, my sales spike. If it's a coincidence, it's a pretty weird coincidence because it happens pretty often. So that person I said was probably going to leave several feedbacks did. Left about 7 negative feedbacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 negative feedbacks. And, I did all I could do. So I'm not worried about it. What I don't like is when they lie in the feedback. Very bad seller behavior and communication. We emailed back and forth several times. I let him know what was going on. I gave him when you send international, you have 2 different tracking numbers, but only one shows up on eBay. And then the second one will show up on Pirate Ship. So I gave him the second ship and said, here, you can look here, and it's showing it's in Switzerland because he's in Saudi Arabia. So there was communication going back and forth. So very bad seller behavior and communication. That kind of stuff pisses me off. It's like, really? So I respond to each one. I just copy and paste the same thing. I kept in contact with this buyer with what was going on. Buyer is located in Saudi Arabia. The package vanished in Switzerland. I kept an eye on it while letting the buyer know that all my items are fully guaranteed and they would not lose out on the items because if they became lost in the mail. Of course, after a period of time, I sent the buyer a full refund for the lost box, as any decent eBay seller will do. Tracking number is, I put the tracking number there, showing where it vanished. I did all I could do as a seller. So, the people only got 15 feedback. It's like I said, if you took away all the feedback, all my negative feedback with under 20 when they left the feedback, I would have very little to no feedback. Really. The other one I got today was another person that was my fault. I put up a pair of shoes and it's real hard to see the size. And I put it size 9, but they were size 8. I apologized, refunded them the money. Sorry about the problem. Keep the shoes. Here's the refund. This was mislabeled. They were a size 8 in one area of the description, size 9 in the lead description. So it did say the correct in the other one. I guess forgot to change it in the title. I noticed this too late. Delivery revealed that they are 8. We will use the shoes for little brother eventually. Not returning, though. I am annoyed by the mislabeling. I'll find a size 9 elsewhere. So, I put, yes, a mistake was made on my part, as stated in our messages, and a full refund was sent. Sorry I made the error, and sorry you felt I handled it negatively. Sorry was said, refund was given. There's only so much you can do, So let me look. So in the past 12 months, I've got 33 negative feedbacks now. The number, so out of 33, how many under 20 feedback? So we got the 8 there, 9, 10, 11. Well, that one's 25. This one's 33. It's a low feedback period. So it's 8, 9. We'll say under 30. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's another 30-ish. 13, 14, 15. 16, 17, 18. So 18 of the 33 are people with under 30 feedback or less. So what are you gonna do? So it's mostly like new people who just, their first thought is negative. If I didn't get what I ordered, negative. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But or if it's not even always the case, they didn't get what there's every case is different, so it's not always just that. If it's because you didn't get what you ordered, then yeah, I get it. I deserve it. But and then someone, 10 feedback. The quality was poor. What else could I expect from a 40-plus-year-old cassette tape? And of course, when they tell me that the cassettes are bad, I just go ahead and refund them and say, keep the tape, whatever. But you can only do so much, and if there's anybody who's fixated on feedback for future customers, that's why you've got to leave a nice, description of what happened, or not just what happened, but my fault, I'm sorry type of thing, So I think that's what I guess I forgot to put in the first one. I should have ended with, I'm sorry the items were lost, or something like that. I didn't put nothing about apology in there. So I did make a mistake doing that. I should have put I am sorry again, because I apologize in the emails back and forth. But of course, this person says there was no communication or bad communication. So I sent them another email. I go, why did you leave a negative feedback saying bad communication? We were talking back and forth. Of course, 99.9% chance they're not going to respond anyway. So if you just try to, if you're going to deceive like that, you're not going to look the person in the face, if you will. So I don't expect them to respond back. But on days that I get negative feedback, my sales always blossom those days. I don't know why. So today, right now, we're at 4 o'clock. Since Adrian's gone out of town, I figure I'm going to ship now, and then I'll pull later for tomorrow. So tomorrow I might have a bigger load in tomorrow's video. But 4 o'clock, hang on to your seat here. $658 by 4 o'clock. I'm not complaining. I mean, if I can get $700 to $1,000 every day, I wouldn't mind taking a negative every day. I'm joking there, of course, but what are you gonna do? You can only do what you. It ain't the first time I've had one buyer leave a poop load of negative feedbacks because a whole shipment came up missing, and it probably won't be the last. But the good thing about that is when eBay changed it before, like those 8 would all go against you, where now, since it's only one buyer, it only goes against you one time in the percentage thing instead of 8 times. So 35 items sold thus far. Oops, sorry, that was yesterday. 33 items sold thus far. 19 promoted, 14 organic. So we're doing pretty darn good as of right now. Why am I hearing footsteps and nobody's here? Unless Alex got off early. And the puppies are down here. Hello? Hey. That's odd. Could have swore I heard footsteps. Maybe it's the radio. Maybe I got the bass thumping up there. That could be it. All right. Let's see if there's any questions and comments while we get to shipping, see if we got a little topic to talk about. So got a decent amount to get out here. I love your channel. It's the energy I love to have in the background while I'm getting work done. I'm going to try being more selfish. Sounds like you missed some deductions. Yeah, the tax man said. You owe this much because you made a profit. I'm like, darn. I forgot to like really check my numbers in December to make sure I'm spending enough. Guess I didn't. Day number 5 and still making 1 sale per day. No matter what I do, it's still 1 sale. Getting really old. People sleep at night. My main job, I work night. People are not asleep. Yeah. Trigger warning. That's what they said. Yeah, about overnight sales. Somebody, you guys were going at it down in here somewhere. Because, of course, somebody thinks that just because one person experienced one thing, that everybody experiences the same thing. So, but you don't verbally spar. You leave the asinine K1 and that's it. You're only saying asinine because you don't know what the hell it is, and it aggravates you. If eBay shut down, why do other people have sales? So that alone says enough. They don't understand how, I mean, I'm ignorant when it comes to technology, but I know how servers work. So, but then watching some YouTube videos, and Resell Soda was in there verbally sparring. Smacking them around a little bit. Teach them a thing or 2 or 3. You seem to be his cheerleader on every comment. I find it hilarious, by the way. Disinformation is not honesty. Like I said in this morning's video, you gotta love the people who know everything, right? They know it all. They know it all. 'Cause they are perfect. They know it all. If they were perfect and knew it all, they wouldn't be online trolling people. They would be happily in their mansion somewhere, or driving down the freeway, or the Autobahn in their Lamborghini. Or they wouldn't. Where's that hair coming from? Is it stuck on my glasses? We got baby girl Pee-wee behind here in his little spot. So let's go. I still feel it. Oh, maybe it's a nose hair. It can't be the nose hair, right? All right. Purchase shipping labels. Let's go. First up, we got another one of the cake toppers for 5-year-old Winnie the Pooh Piglet cake toppers. $7. Headed to Montana. Dude, I swear I'm going crazy here or something. You okay? Backing it up. He's so funny. There he is. There he is. What's up, P to the we? P to the we. So going to Montana. You gotta go outside? And you're just getting out of your little spot. He goes up. I'm gonna follow him. Oh, turn it. Ooh, he almost knocked that stack over. Maybe my glasses are pushing down on my nose, and that's making one of my nose hairs in there tickle my nose. Maybe. Anna, what's up? You gotta go outside? A bunch of stuff here. I need to make some room. If you watched this morning's video, I told you about the nice hats I sold. So this was a nice stained one, Coors Light. Biggity bam. Love it. Sold for $10, headed to Salt Lake City, Utah. it doing what? I haven't listed anything since I think Sunday. So we're going on, what, 4 days of not listing anything and still having nice steady sales. So kind of shows you don't have to list every day for the algorithm purpose anyway. But I said it does come in handy that if you list it, if you got it, list it, because it could sell today, type of thing. So that's where it comes in handy. Like, how many sales am I missing because I'm pushing everything off till Friday to list it, right? We got this Unknown Phoenix logo, sold for $6, headed to South Carolina. So you miss those quick flips is what you miss out on. So it could hurt your bottom line not listing every day, but I never believed it affected the algorithm. But I'm curious to see listing that many items on a Friday, payday, going into the weekend. So I should have Friday and Saturday, all those marked new listings with hopefully a little bit of extra bump on the weekend to see if my weekend sales jump up compared to, say, the last 3 weekends. Then oh, I just remembered something. Remember I talked about how Thursdays were always like the pooper days? Yet today's 658. Last Thursday was 411. Before that was 506, 410, and 413. But today is like the oddball out. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, we've got Italy. We've got a lot going to the UK. We got another UK, and we got a Germany. And we got another lot going to the UK. Nice. Remove those. That's a good amount of international. That makes me happy. Yes, it does. It makes me happy. Happy. All right, where was I? So next up, we've got Rotary International hat. Sold for $7, headed to Martin, Tennessee. Martin, Tennessee. You gotta love it when you've created something that the people who troll you get mad about. Kind of shows you one-upped them a little bit, right? Because you got under their skin. K1. I created that all out of psychology. I should have went to school for psychology because I can mess with some people's minds. Next up, we've got this Minnie Mouse throw blanket. Sold for $20, headed to Greenwood, Indiana. Another cha-ching. Keep them coming. Yay! Extra treats for everybody. Yay! Courtney liked that one. She heard the magic word. He's not 100% toned in on that word yet. But baby girl is. You know the baby girl too. You know what baby girl is. You know I'm talking to you when I say baby girl. Kelly. Kelly. I got 9 negative feedbacks in one day. Hey, I'm just lucky enough to actually get that many negative feedbacks in one day. That means I moved product. Yes. Just looking at the positives here. For sure, today is one of those days when you wish that you got credit for all the people who don't leave their positive feedback when they're fine with the order. It would definitely tip the scale in the more of normal. We got the Showboat CD. Sold for $16, headed to Wisconsin. Oh, I got to tilt this phone down. Hang on. Wait, you're going to get a kick out of this. I love it. He's a character. He's a character. Right, baby girl? It's so funny. I love it. Shows how comfortable he is, at least here now, you know? So cute. So cute. John. Not a care in the world. I'm so glad. I just hope that he's got the right amount of medication. He deserves to have normal days, you know, normal doggy days. It's almost like a child when they're sick with, like, say, you know, cancer or seizures or something, man. They don't deserve it, right? That's the way I feel with dogs. They don't deserve that. The Best of War CD. Sold for $5.99. Yay! Headed to North Carolina. Are we back to the $5.99 yays? Hey, actually, I only got like 5 media today, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the $5.99s are not really carrying the day. So it's mostly clothes and hats. Next up, CEC camouflage cap. Sold for $4.50. It's been in the store for a minute. Headed to Tulsa, Oklahoma. One of my clearance items. One of my 2020 clearance items. Dude, I swear, I'm gonna have to go upstairs and figure this out. He is so stretched. 6. Cecil. She went back to her bed. Next up, we've got this Looney Tunes little book bag tote here. It's sold for $10, headed to Farmington, New Mexico. This in here? Not really. What's in here? I need to get my middle-sized ones out of the boxes. I know they're here. Trudy. Next up, AWL Grip Yacht Finishes. Sold for $12, headed to Thunderbolt, Georgia. So I got to figure out what I need to buy this year then for the business. Probably going to buy a new main computer, and then use my now main computer for my music and videos and stuff. So that's one expense I'll take on this year for the business. Definitely want to take a couple more trips, even if it's just a weekend trip. Next up, we've got Schnucks. It's a local grocery store, local chain store here in St. Louis and surrounding areas. Headed to Columbia, Missouri, sold for $16. What time is the Blues game tonight? Don't know. Andrew. Because then I can dictate on when I'm going to pull later. Oops. 7 o'clock, okay. So then after the game, I'll come down and do pulling before bed. It says beige, but yeah, it's got to be right. Yeah. So we got some Diane Gilman pants, women's pants. Sold for $12. Headed to Waco, Texas. Texas. Get off me fingers. Brandon. Next up, we've got Rave Alert CD. Sold for $7. Headed to Friendswood, Texas. Texas. 4. Boink. Chris. Next up, we've got St. Louis Cardinals baseball cap. Sold for $12.14. Headed to Murray, Kentucky. I always like to hear like stories about I'm not a big baseball fan or anything, but I like hearing stories when I travel and talk to people, and then they're from, I'm from St. Louis, so that comes out eventually. And like you'll be talking to somebody in like small town Arkansas, and they'll be like, yeah, back in the day when, before TV or whatever, probably not before TV, but yeah, we used to tune in to every Cardinals game on the AM radio. You could get it all the way down here. So yeah, we love the Cardinals down here. So, but that's like it's a pretty big circle around the Midwest of places like that, small towns in Arkansas, Kentucky and stuff, who used to tune into like Cardinals games before the internet and direct TV and all that stuff, right? So cable, before cable. I love those stories. I don't know why. It just kind of jets your mind back to those times when there was less going on, I guess you could say. Instead of saying simpler times, less going on times. Got a women's Cardinals shirt here. Sold for $9. Headed to Altamont, Illinois. Ow, your claws are hurting me. Caleb. Next up, we got this Brahms Classical CD. Sold for $8. Headed to Arlington, Virginia. What you doing, girl? What you doing, baby girl? Andrew. Ground advantage. Andrew. Next up, we've got this like butterfly cap. Sold for $6. Headed to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. My hats are flying out of here. Gotta love that. Gotta love it. Bonita. Bonita Springs. And last U.S. item, get those hats out of the way. We got another Minnesota Vikings item. Vintage t-shirt. Yay. Sold for $30. Headed to Eden, Minnesota. Melissa. We got another offer coming through. Let me print these out first. Review purchases. And a cha-ching. Looks like a baseball book. Ow. Quit it. All right, print labels. Six Flags plastic cup. $6. Sold. Boink. We're at $685 right now. Okay, let's put this here for the moment. Melissa. Bonita. Está bonita. I don't know that Madonna song. Andrew. Kayla. Lynn. Chris. Brandon. Every time I hear that now, just, think of the Joe Biden thing. How it originated. It's so funny. Andrew. Sean. Trudy. Trudy. Sounds like, what's her name? Tootie. Facts of life. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both in there. You have the facts of life. The facts of life. In a world that never seems, or something, to be living up to their dreams. Suddenly finding out the facts of life are all about you. I don't know this song. I don't know if those words are correct. So don't hold me to them. Do not fall on me. How rude. How rude of you, Kelly. And Larry. I'm Daryl. Or I'm Larry. This is my brother Daryl. This is my other brother Daryl. Troy. Anna. Tomorrow. No, that's Annie. But your mother tomorrow. International time. All right, first up we've got, are you ready for a hat lot? Yeah. Going to the UK. We've got Bass Pro women's hat. We got this pink signature, pink embroidered, lined camouflage hat. And I'm guessing this one, the pink one. But I don't want to guess. Let me go back to the seller hub. Hey, that link's working now, finally. Yay. So yes. Correct. Oops. These are the correct ones. These sold for $34.50. Going to the UK. I think I had my negative feedback down to 0 for the last 30 days, and now I just, boom, out of the blue get 9. How rude. The rude part is lying about it. That's rude. I can understand being upset and maybe even leaving the negative. But come on now. Why you gotta lie about it on top of it? Now you just took, any respect I had for you and threw it out the window. Because I'm not big on liars. Liars are not my friends. Was there? Oh, okay. I was like, wasn't there another hat lot that the UK was trying to pay for? But I remember the hat in my mind, but I didn't remember pulling it. So it is there. Which is another kind of distressed hat. Okay, next up here, we've got A Callaway golf hat headed to the UK. Sold for $11.26. And that's not even just my international money. Before I go, I gotta remember. I look up the U.S. number, and I'm gonna look up the international numbers for the amount made today. Because not all my international are bought on the U.S. site, so. 7 at 11.26. What you doing with your feet, boy? All right, next up, are you ready? Hey, for another hat lot? Yeah. We've got Kim Trend. We've got the Meteor Express, nice stained faded hat. And we have the Orange Beach distressed hat. All three together sold for $23, headed to the UK. I said this morning, hopefully I'll do $1,000 today. I am in the ballpark of being able to pull that off if eBay doesn't, start acting weird as we go into the evening time. Because it's been pretty consistent today. You can get yourself blown away. Another sale. That was the cup being paid for. Waiting your whole life for that one big deal. Racing the sun, rolling the busting my back. Got enough slack to minute telephone calls. So far down till the wall caved in. When the bar break, you get nothing again. Who is that? Sweet F.A.? You get nothing for nothing. I think that's Sweet F.A. Next up, we got Yachting. A Yachting hat headed to Germany. Sold for $8. Now he's going in his little stock ring spot. Breaking your back, busting your balls. Not enough slack to minute telephone calls. So far down when the walls cave in. When the bar breaks, you get nothing again. Nothing for nothing. That's the name of the song. Sweet F.A., I believe. $8. Number 6. 8 and 6. What's up, baby girl? What's up, baby girl? I'm almost done, and we'll go out front and play before I get back to work today. Right? You get nothing for nothing. When you got nothing to lose. Rap. Nothing to lose. We're singing the nothing songs today. Do you know the nothing man? The nothing man? The nothing man? Do you know the nothing man? Next up, we got Niles. Somebody. Lofgren. Cassette single. Headed to Italy. Sold for $5. Cassette, $5 too. Oh man, of course you want a code for cassette. I've got your code right here. Show, girl. Don't be playing like that. Show. You get nothing for nothing. Boom, chaka-laka-laka. Still, even after doing that, I got 5 more items now. That's a good thing, though. That's a beautiful thing. Keep them rolling in all weekend long. I will be more than happy with that. So $696 on the US site. So we'll just round up to 7. Nothing there, nothing there. Let's go to the UK. Let's try where it's going to be at. And $30, $31 on the UK site. Okay, not as much as I thought. So about $730-ish at 5 o'clock. Better than my 5x5. So, feels like the old days today for me. It feels beautiful. Very much happy so. Feels like the old times. Yeah. Did you see my short? If you didn't see my short, go check out my short. I just made a funny, goofy short called Top 4 Reasons to Become a Reseller. Smart ass version. I just tried to be funny, is all I tried to do. I just try to be funny. Just try to make people laugh, that's all. Let me go ahead and print this out now, so just in case. So I don't forget, since I probably won't ship tonight, I'll just keep pulling the rest of the night for tomorrow. So let me get this scan form before eBay says, nope, we're not working, you can't have a scan form. Because it did it print up last night? I don't remember if it did or not. I don't think it did, but I don't remember 100%. All right. Well, that's it for now. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out for my evening time shipping video. And I will see you all in the next video. Later.